something big may have just happened that could be life-changing to young people in Canada. Let's talk about it. On April 16th, the Liberal government announced its federal budget. On page 126 of the budget, the government says that it intends to launch consultations on the development of a youth climate corps program that will equip young people with jobs that work to address climate change. Although the government doesn't highlight or elaborate on what they mean, this could be huge. We've been fighting for a youth climate corps alongside young people all across so-called Canada who've been waiting for a transformative job and climate solution just like this. A national youth climate corps program, as we envision it, would offer paid training and job placement for anyone under 35 in roles like renewable energy, building retrofits, ecosystem restoration, emergency response, and even community care. A youth climate corps would mean relying less on the military and volunteers for responding to deadly climate disasters, and it would mean having a large workforce trained to do the essential work needed for a just transition. So the fact that the government seems to be actually listening to young people's demands seems pretty exciting. But what do you think, Bushra?
Young people have been fighting for this. We have been on the front steps of MP offices. We brought the Youth Climate Corps to the federal parliament in December. I'm simply amazed by the energy and enthusiasm around our vision. A national youth climate corps would create jobs focused on addressing the climate crisis while also giving young people the skills and experience they need to succeed in their careers. This would be a no-barrier program where no one would be turned away. Yesterday, we saw our vision for a youth climate corps in the 2024 federal budget. This is massive. We could not have done it without every young person who has written a letter to their MP, attended a YCC campaign event, or canvassed their college campus. However, this is just the beginning. Another exciting announcement from yesterday was the British Columbia Youth Climate Corps received $3 million from the province to expand their operations. This is a win for our national movement for a Youth Climate Corps. If you are, like many folks who are confused about the distinction between the Youth Climate Corps campaign and the British Columbia YCC, let me explain. The wonderful folks in BC YCC have actually been successfully running small-scale YCC projects in a dozen municipalities. They are our proof of concept and our allies in the movement to win something bold, transformative, and at the national level.
We're really excited to see this as a win for a Youth Climate Corps, and we know that there's still a long way to go before we can celebrate the creation of that program. However, we're not wanting to be brought into a years-long process that might just leave us with a plan, to create a program. The time for a Youth Climate Corps is now, and we're ready to build and demand something that responds to the climate emergency with the speed and the scale necessary. Because young people across this country keep saying that they want to be a part of a movement, of a mobilization to fight against climate change. And nothing says movement and mobilization like thinking big and thinking fast. We're ready to keep building this movement. And that's why this summer, we're going to continue to hone our demands and expand the vision of what our communities want and need within a Youth Climate Corps. We're ready to build that with you, and we're really excited for you to join us in building that moment.